Hello friends, in this video we will be discussing about file reading and file writing. Generally we are going to create a file here using the Java program, and we are going to store data into that file, and we are going to retrieve the data from the file. Here actually in Java we have two classes. First one is file reader. This is the class we are going to use for reading the data from the file. Okay, so file writer is the one more class we have for writing the data into the file. I mean to say we can store data into the file. So using these classes I'm going to create files, and I'm here in this video I'm going to create text files. Within that we are going to store the data, and we are going to retrieve the data from the same file. Okay, let us get into the programming. What I'm trying to do here is we are going to create a file writer class. I mean to say an object for file writer class. Object name is k, new file writer, and within this bracket and semicolon, and it is asking to import the file writer class which is available in package IO. I have imported, and still it is asking some error, right? It's showing some error. The error is what is the location of the file. So what I have to do is, what I am planning is, I am trying to give the location here, path here, where I want to create a file. Okay, and one more thing it is showing, it is asking to throw or handle the exception. So what I am trying to do is, it is suggesting to use throws declaration. I am using IO exception chances are there. That's why I wrote throws IO exception. Okay, within this here inverted commas I have to give. What I have to do here, I have to give the location where I need to create a file. Okay, so let me try to trace the location. First of all, in C drive there is a folder called users, and there is one more folder called Dell, and here I will be checking for desktop. Is there? Yeah, desktop, and within this desktop I want to create a file. Means simple to say, I want to create a file on the desktop, but I am trying to find out the location here where this is located. And see here, this one I am going to copy this, and I am going to paste here. That is the location where I have copied and pasted, and followed by, and one more time you use the slash, and there you write down the file name which you want to create. So here I want to create a file name called ONE file. File name is one. It is text file. Let me use the extension txt. Means this step will help me to create a file location. In which location? On the desktop. I will be creating a file on the desktop location. So here I'm going to create some objects. String s equals to India is the best. Okay, so this is the information I am going to store in the S. So this data I want to store into the file. Let me store. What I am trying to do is k dot write method is there. K dot write method is there. Within that I wrote yes. Means the entire data which is available with the object S will be written into the file. Means file what I am creating here is one. Within that file, this particular data will be stored. Okay, and let me close the file. After that, there is a method called close. Okay, and let me execute this. Okay, I'm trying to run this. No, I'm not able to see any result, any output. I'm not going to find out here. The thing is, we have to look for whether the file is created on the desktop or not. Look here, I am not writing system.out.println statement to see the result in the console screen. What I have written, I have created a file here, The data what I am writing here will be, I am trying to store in the file. What is the file name? One.txt. Whether it is created on the desktop or not, let us check. Yeah, here we got a file created, which is one, and see here India is the best. This is the data which we are trying to store into the file using the programming example, right? So addition to this, I'll create one more object for file reader. File reader, let me create, write down the object name as Z, new file reader, and I'm taking the same location. Why? Because the file is located in that location only. I'm trying to copy this and paste it here, followed by semicolon. Means I'm trying to, this time I'm trying to read the data from the file, and see here it is asking to import the file reader class which is available in the IO package. Let me import, and I have imported, and see here. Okay, now what I'm trying to do is, now I will try to read the data. So how I'm trying to read the data from the file? You know that what is the data getting stored in the file? India is the best. That data I'm going to read out using the object Z. Look here. Let me create one variable or something like I. Okay. While I'm using a loop to get the data one by one, character wise, character by character, I'm trying to get the data. And India is the best. I, thereafter N, thereafter D, thereafter I, thereafter A, thereafter all these things for character by character I'm trying to retrieve. Here, look here, what I'm trying to write is I equals to, what is the object of file reader? Z. Z dot read method is there. Okay, which is not equals to -1. What does it mean? The data, whatever you are trying to get from the file, okay, that I am going to one by one character, I am going to store it in the I, and that I am comparing with the -1. -1 is the indication of end of the file. If -1 is occurred, means file is ended, and further this while loop will not get executed. And this data I am trying to show it on the console screen, where character to character is getting stored into the variable I, which is of integer type, do remember. And see here the data what we have stored is in string format, means there is a chance of getting character by character, but I am storing in integer variable. Okay, now let me print that integer variable I, and let me try to check the result. Let me execute. I got the output, but I got all the values in the number format. I'm going to do small modification here. Char, I'll be writing, means I'm going using typecasting, where I'm converting the integer format of data into the character format. And let me try to print, and see here we got the data. India is the best, character by character all we are getting, right? Earlier why we got the data, the output what we got is like, so look here, 73,110, all these are ASCII values. I ASCII value, what is that? 73 capital I, N small n 110, D 100, I 105 small I. Okay, A small a 97, space 32 ASCII value, again is the best, right? I, like that all we got it in a ASCII values, related ASCII value. But I want to display the data which is what I have stored. India is the best I want to show, and for that I am using typecasting. And see here we are able to get the result. We are trying to retrieve the details, and from the file India is the best what we have stored. This is how file reader and file writer can be used. Okay, we have actually alternate classes for file reading and file writing. We have a class called file output string, file output string, which is an alternate for file writer. And we have one more class file input stream, which is an alternate class for file reader. Here, the difference is it will be asking to store the details in the integer format. Int z equals to 10. Let me write z, already object is there. K equals k is also there. Let me write down n equals to 0 or n equals to 45. Okay, that n I am trying to store here. Okay, and now let me execute the code. I'm trying to here small modification is the data I am storing in integer format. Let me change the thing, like why to use typecasting here, and let me execute this. And what is the output I am getting? 45. And let me get back to that file what I have created, and it is actually the value 45 is getting stored here, which is the ASCII value of iPhone minus, right? So that's what. So it will be stored in the character format. It will be stored in the character format, but while retrieving, we will get it in the integer format. So have a look, guys. What I have done here, earlier file writer and file reader has been used. Now file output stream and file input stream is being used instead of file writer and file reader. Okay, guys, you just follow carefully what I have done. You just go through the video once or twice. Files topic is very easy one. There is nothing to get confused. Okay, thank you, guys.